in the name of the divine supreme being, who we know his proper name to be Allah. Know this, that at no time should you ever think we're trying to imitate Arabs or we're trying to be like somebody else or we're trying to try something different that, you know, boy, don't want to be no Christian, don't want to be no Rasta, don't want to be no this, so let me try Islam. That's not it. We're not here to try something different because we're fed up and don't see any fruits, real justifiable fruits that have been born based upon what others have done in the past. That's not our motivation. When we say in the name of Allah, we are speaking about a God who has manifested himself to us and shown forth his power by coming to us in the divine holy person of a man. Someone came and visited us and changed our lives permanently. Came and gave us something that nobody else had to give. So we thank the one who came and traveled 9,000 miles to seek and to save us who was lost. We were lost in our own ignorance and lost from our ancestry. We were wallowing in our ignorance in North America, in the Caribbean, wherever we were in the West, we were wallowing in our ignorance. And we thank Allah, even back home in Africa, we had been taken over in Africa. So even if the ships came and picked us back up and took us back home, we would have met the image of the same Caucasian God that we were leaving in the West.
Yes, sir.
So we thank Allah for coming among us and intervening in our miserable condition and not connecting us back with Africa, but connecting us back to the source of his own self-creation. Bringing us back to the origin of God and the universe as we know it today. Yes. Connecting us to the creation of everything that is in the universe. Giving us a proper knowledge of all who exist. Yes, we thank him and can never thank him enough. For showing forth his supremacy, for ridding us of self-hatred by asking questions. You imagine a man just turning up in your community, knocking on doors, and you looking and you seeing a man out there looking like your slave master's children. But when you, so you're going to open the door. If he's black, you ain't opening it. Everybody all right?
No, it's true.
White man with a suit and a tie come to your door. He must be important.
That's right.
And you're quick to open up. Can I help you?
Yes, it's true.
Yes, you can help me. And he came with silks. Selling silk. And he said, you know, that these silks are from your brothers in the East. Brothers in the East? You mean East London?
That's what we have.
Walthamstow? Oh, by Black Prince Station? He wasn't talking about East London. He was talking about the holy city, Mecca, where when you wearing rags and someone approaches you with silk, you wonder, why? I got some brothers. What else has he got? If he's wearing silk, which part am I living at ease? Your mind starts to wonder. And he came and started to teach our people who opened the doors the rich history of us as a people and the origin of all other races. He told us where the Caucasian came from, where the Chinaman came from. He taught us the origin of all people, the black, the brown, and that we as black people are the original people of planet Earth. That's the truth. Just hearing that alone after being taught that you were black and ugly, and you were black because you were cursed. I remember being a young boy in Ephra. Was supposed to be a school, but it was just a detention center. Listen. Just a place where your parents drop you off whilst they go and work and then pick you back up when they finish work. It wasn't a school. A place that just told lies all day. You know, you would open their history book and you're supposed to be having a history lesson and the book is just full of lies. All they're teaching you is about the Romans, the Celtics, the Saxons. Who gives a damn about these white people? Like, then they show you a little bit about Egypt and you can't see you. And even if they tried to show somebody who was black, the pages will be in black and white. So you'd never see your image and never see your likeness. So therefore, you turn off in those classes. I had no interest at all. My interest was one-touch football at break time, something, but not in that classroom. Back in my day, the teacher would turn his back to teach. We would throw paper in his head back. You following me? I remember one day we were in that little school and everybody just started, we had a riot in the class. It was great fun. Yeah, but anyway, we thank Allah for coming and bringing us supreme wisdom. And for raising one from among us who would be his example of what he is and who he is. He found one who had the least education amongst all of us. He was certainly functionally illiterate. Go ahead, brother. By the standards of this world. Yes, sir. And that's what he was looking for. He wasn't looking for somebody who thought they knew everything of nothing. Could you imagine thinking you know everything about nothing? He was looking for an empty vessel that he could fill. And when the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to come and listen to Master Farad Muhammad preach, he said he never heard him say anything that he didn't agree with. And he would get so excited when he heard this man teach, because he knew the man was teaching not just that which somebody else would do. He spoke as if it was clear what he was prophesying was something that he was going to do. He didn't speak as if he was expecting some other person to come and bring justice. He spoke as the justice giver. So we obviously compelled all concerned. And the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad accepted what was being said 100%. In the message to the black man, it makes it clear that he was 100% convert. And recognized the man who was speaking as the fulfillment of the Son of Man, the fulfillment of the Christ, the fulfillment of this one who would come at the end and bring forth justice. We thank Allah for one man at least recognized, even though there was many who stood up, 25,000. But the way how the teacher's words went into that particular man was different to all the rest. We thank Allah and can never thank Allah enough for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was taught and trained by his teacher one-to-one for 3 years and 4 months, but had to stand for 40 years after his teacher had departed from us. He had to almost teach a decade for every year that his teacher taught him. Amazing. And when his teacher departed, there were those who were supposed to be his brothers who envied him so thoroughly that he had to go on the run. For 7 years, he went on the run. Think over that. And he wasn't running to save his life because he was a coward. He was running because what was downloaded into him, what was instilled into him was a book with various chapters that had to be preserved. So he had to preserve what was in him because no one drank from the teacher like he drank. So he moved from city to city, and everywhere he would stop, he would teach and move, teach and move. And after those 7 years, he was drafted. Even though he was too old for the draft, he refused to fight for the American army. He wasn't going to Vietnam to fight anybody. And he took a stand, and they put him in prison. I think it was in 1942 to 1946. He done nearly under 5 years, between 4 and 5 years. So for 11 years, going on 12 years, he could not focus on his family, couldn't stay in one place and build, but he had to be on the move for 12 years. You don't know anybody who God's raised and a sacrifice like that. And the only reason why we have religious teachings inside prisons is because of what he established when he was there. The enemy tried to strip him down, wouldn't allow him to have a Quran in jail. So when the family used to come and visit him, they used to write passages of the Quran on their hand and try to give him little bits of paper. And I was speaking to a little young man the other day, and he was saying that they're feeding him pork whilst he's in prison, even though he's a Muslim. And that was the same thing they tried to do to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad whilst he was in prison, was to feed him pork. To dull his mind. Now you understand the reason why they love to stuff us with pork. It's because they know that little tapeworm that's in the pork will climb up our spine and rest on our brains and start eating away the power of our brains and actually make us physically ugly. It robs us of our beauty appearance. That's why they stuff us with it. And sometimes you look at some of our people, they just look hog-like. Because you can see the bad food, the poisons all over their face. Yes, and the minute you start to come away from this harsh alcohol, stop eating crisps for snacks, stop eating burgers full of poison, and start to become more mindful of how you eat and start to exercise, you start to radiate a new lease of life.
That's right.
So we thank Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we thank Allah for his extension, a man who submitted to him like he submitted to his teacher, and a man who allowed his teacher to pour into him the wisdom that the God poured into the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We thank Allah and can never thank Allah enough for the honorable Minister Louis Farakhan, a man who again has sacrificed everything, sacrificed his career, sacrificed his family, sacrificed everything to travel the world and to teach us a knowledge that if we listen to that knowledge, we will be raised from a very pitiful condition. We thank Allah and can never thank Allah for the Honorable Louis Farakhan, and I greet you in the greeting words of peace in the ancient Arabic language of our fathers of Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be unto you. How is everybody today? Good. We're just very quickly, because we don't want to keep you long, because the sun is rising and we know you got plans. Might be the last barbecue of the year. So we want to make sure you can get there in time. All right? But let's thank everybody who's shared a few words. Praise be to Allah. Let me just say this, when the truth is being spoken, everybody doesn't learn at the same time. Some people are very, what is the word for it? Not just cautious, but some of us learn in ways that are unique to us. Some people, you can't even talk to them. You got to draw a picture.
Go ahead.
Some people, you have to play them a video. You understand?
Yes, sir.
The learning process is different.
Yes, sir.
So therefore, the resurrection process is varied and sundry. It hits everybody differently. And sometimes the circumstances of your life won't even allow you to get up, even though you know what you're hearing is true.
Go ahead, Minister.
It's like a gay man coming here today to listen. We could break down his nature, that is unnatural for you to be attracted to another man. As much as you might have learned to like it, it's unnatural.
Yes, sir.
It's unnatural for a woman to love another woman in a sexual way, as she should a man. And you may say, well, my girlfriend, she looks after me. She's soft to me. All the men, them are brutes and they're hard and I need a little softness in my life. And my girlfriend is that soft person in my life. That's what they say.
Yes, sir.
So in just hearing the truth, it sets you on a course, but you're not ready to change today.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
The man's still going home to his boyfriend. I'm a husband.
Go ahead.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
But he's on a course. And things are not going to be the same as they were prior to hearing the truth.
Yes, sir.
Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Because there are cultures in these schools now where it's become popular for girls to have girlfriends.
That's right.
Popular. I was driving down the street. I was with somebody and we were looking and talking and saw two girls holding hands. And I said to the person concerned, there's a difference between women sometimes who walk down the street who are sisters and they're not gay or queer and they may hold hands. There's a different energy to them than a lesbian woman.
Go ahead.
Are you here? Because women from my day have always been close and got tile it together. You following me? Dress and wear the same clothes and all of them things. And they're not lesbians.
That's right.
Are you with me? But there's a whole different group today who you have to be careful with. You understand? Because her hold is a different hold. Like when you and your sister is holding hands, you don't hold hands like this. You understand? You know, yeah, you know, locks up. You know, I grew locks. You understand? You always leave room. It's like if two men are hugging, them hug kind of tough.
Yes, sir.
It's a tough hug.
Yes, sir.
It's not a light hug.
Yeah.
So you don't rub a man's back like that. You slap him on him back. You understand? You squeeze the back of him neck. Grip him neck. You're following me? You bring the man element to it.
There you go.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
That's why I make myself clear.
Yes, sir.
So the whole process of weaning is faster for some than it is for others.
That's right.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now, in order to get through today, there are some truths that we have to learn very quickly. And the way out of our condition is very narrow, family. There's not a big door to walk through. It's very narrow. And there are some things that we have to disavow. And there's some things we have to take a stance against. Period. And one of the things that we have to take a stance against is false worship. We can no longer continue to believe that God, whether you're a Christian, Muslim, Jew, or Pan-Africanist, you and I have got to get away from the false belief that God is a spirit somewhere. And that you're going to die one day and go and be united with this spirit. Or that when you die, you're going to some kind of place where spirits just dwell.
Go ahead.
You're going to have to get away from that. Regardless to what your professed religion is. You got to get away from thinking there's a ghost somewhere that can improve the condition of your life. Because in truth, you actually can't find that teaching in Islam. You can't find it in Christianity either. And whoever's trying to make you believe that that's the dominant force in the scriptures, they're lying. And you should ask them to show you those scriptures. Because what people do, they quote a sentence out of a paragraph. The paragraph, the chapter puts things in context. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Stealing a sentence is designed to deceive.
That's right. Go ahead, brother.
Now, you think about Matthew 18:18, where this man, Jesus, is talking. And just because a book comes to you today that's been in existence for 2,000 years, it doesn't mean everything in the book has been fulfilled. And we read these scriptures like just because they're old books, that all of these truths have already been made manifest. Or all these prophets have come and died, so there's nobody coming in the future who's going to have more influence and power than those who have already come and gone. And when we read scripture like that, we've failed before we've even got started. Because these men are known as prophets, meaning what they have brought and shared is for the future perfect tense. You can apply it in the here and now, but it has its fullest manifestation in the future. So you can say, yes, a man Jesus lived 2,000 years ago. That's whom these truths were revealed through. But that man 2,000 years ago is not Jesus the Christ. He's Jesus the prophet. Because if he was the Christ, there'd be no wicked enemy in power today. Because when Christ comes, he comes to crush people. That's what the word means. One who is a crusher of evil. And how can you even give a man regard who has had that kind of power for 2,000 years and ain't used it?
Yes, sir. Think about
It's like me needing money and you got some and you don't borrow it to me now. I don't need it next month.
That's right.
The bill is now.
Now.
Next month I got my own money coming in.
There you go.
So what's the point of us heralding these men as being great? And then the question can be asked, what have you done for me lately?
Yes, sir.
And the answer would be not very much. So 18:18 Matthew reads, truly I say to you, whatever you shall bind. Now this is one man deputizing another man and empowering another man. Think about this. Truly I say to you, whatever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And whatever you shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Now this is Jesus talking to his head disciple known as Peter. And he's handing over the reins of power. Now they will have you believe that this took place 2,000 years ago. And as a consequence of that, the papacy in Rome exists because after Peter died or was killed, then a system of what they call the papacy, or one who would be the extension of Jesus' power on earth, an institution was established to maintain such. Like, you got to go and do your research.
That's right.
Like, what is a pope? Who is the pope? What is the basis of Catholicism?
Good questions.
And if there's 1.4 billion Catholics, what is their religion all about? Because you either need to get into it or you need to disavow it and understand it and know what that is. Because it seems like when it's time for a pope, a deliberation is, well, we haven't had a black one yet. Well, we haven't had an Indian one yet. Well, we haven't had a this one. And it seems like sometimes the choice is quite political, right?
Yes, yes.
Where if it's supposed to be rooted in who this man is, he's our connection to the power of Christ, then we have to be careful how we choose that fella.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
'Cause that's what it stands for today as we are here. Now, is it possible that a group of people have just put together an institution that is false at its root, but they are so influential they have been able to deceive 1.4 billion people on the earth? Is Satan that powerful?
Yes, sir.
Can he deceive out of 8 billion, 1.4?
Yes, sir.
Just through one religion, through a strike of a pen?
Yes, sir.
And if he can do that year after year and successor after successor, and no one argues the point, then what else can he do? What can he do with Judaism?
That's right.
What has he done to Islam? What is he doing with Pan-Africanism? What is he doing with the various religions of the world if he can do that with Catholicism? And if we understand his method, then we have to be careful. Because all of these positions of power are delegated to men. Now, you might not have considered it. I'm going to fast forward real quick. Do you know if the papacy is viewed as a direct line of succession from St. Peter, who became the first bishop of Rome? Then what does that mean to us today? Like an institution was set up to keep the system going, or to bring the system that would be established 2,000 years henceforth into a present time that is out of time. So if the prophecy was a man will be born 2,000 years after the scriptures was revealed, then if someone's trying to establish it now, they're trying to nullify the effect of the man who would come in the future.
That's right.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
That's some long-range planning, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You think the man's already here and he ain't even born. These people are no one to play with, because some very intelligent people, they have been able to deceive. And this is why you have to be careful. The Honorable Louis Farakhan has taught us that when you look at people who you meet today, and when we are passing messages, oh, such and such said to tell you such and such, 99.9% of the time, they're adding something to the conversation or deleting something. It's not as it was originally communicated. You understand? For whatever reason. Imagine your girlfriend was sending a message to a person, a man, through you, who you both like.
Go ahead. Listen.
Or vice versa, right? Brother, and let sister so-and-so know, but you got your eye on sister so-and-so. So you're going to say it in a way
There you go.
that will be more endearing to you rather than to increase her affection for
Absolutely.
brother man.
Listen up. Listen up now.
So what is that? That's the condition of our heart tainting and mind tainting communication. How many people do you think there are who are good vessels for anything, much less God's pure truth? And if that is something worthy of consideration, imagine then the words of God revealed thousands of years ago being in the hands of people who, loved the truth, and others who didn't love it so much. We could say some really controversial things today, but I want to leave it alone.
That's right. We get it.
I was talking to a Muslim in the week, and they were telling me, don't you believe in the Quran? I said, yes, we do, but not through your interpretation. I said, if the Prophet died over 1,400 years ago, and his close companions were actually killed, some of them in mosques when they were leading prayer. Ali, his cousin, was killed as he was leading a prayer. What are you going to now tell me? Not the week after. 1,400 years after, your same people killed his close companions. You want to now lead me? Come on, brother. If I'm in jail and want to get through, I get it. Because you can get out yourself for Jummah on Friday, get some benefits during Ram. I get it. It's a hustle. It's a hustle. Come on. Oh, but, the nation and Farakhan, they're not following, orthodox. I said, you couldn't pay us.
You couldn't.
You don't have enough money. Real talk, you don't have enough money. I've been to masjids where a Pakistani man is taking the khutbah and he's speaking in his language, and then he speaks in his language for 40 minutes and then translates for 7 minutes at the end. What were you saying? And if my purpose of being there is just some yoga moves, are you hearing me? I need a bit more than that.
That's right.
You following me?
You are.
It's like, you got married. Married. Do you? Yeah. And now you've ticked all the boxes, and on your honeymoon night, sister says she's tired. And brother say he's tired. I'm tired, darling. I see you in the morning. See me in the morning? That's it's just the wrong time to be tired, isn't it?
Right. Go ahead.
Can't hear you.
Come on now. Real talk.
Oh, I just started my cycle. Now?
Not planning.
So I mean, like, you're supposed to know when your cycle is and make sure that the wedding date don't drop on between those times. Because if that happens, you married someone whose brain don't work. Is that fair to say?
Fair to say.
I don't know why some of you are so girly.
True.
I mean, there's some expectations in life, right? That you should turn up for. You with me? And when it comes to Islam, when it comes to what we call religion, that's not something that you get wrong.
No, sir.
And if others have been leading us all the days of our sojourn in the West, at what point does it stop? Because answer my question. And I'm saying to someone, doesn't Allah say in the Quran that He sent a warner, a messenger to every people, speaking the language of the people to whom He sends the warner?
Yes, He did.
So why do I need to learn your language to connect to God? My mother speaks English. My father speaks English. My grandpa speaks English. My grandmother speaks English. Great, going back 400 years, we've been speaking English. And what has been heaped upon us is worse than anything anybody has ever had to suffer. Now, if I don't qualify for a messenger or a prophet, guess what? Whatever God is out there, I don't need Him. Are you following me? Because I have come this far. I don't need and don't want your God crumbs. Take a seat. I don't want your God crumbs. Because you want to give me what's left over from your Pakistani messenger, from your Arab messenger, from your Arab whatever, from your Indian this, from your Chinese that. No, I want my own.
Come on.
And when God can't give you one, you're trying to tell me we're the most densely populated people on the planet. God can't find one? And what kind of God are we dealing with here?
Come on.
No.
Something.
Something wrong.
Yes, sir.
Something wrong.
Yes, sir.
Arabs can be proud. And when they mention Muhammad, our prophet.
That's right.
Not ours, our prophet. Well, if he's yours, good luck. Are you hearing me? Because look, when did you come into my community looking at me groping? If you see us selling drugs, why don't you bring us in and show us how you do business? How do you open up all of these shops? See, you sold the same drugs because all that heroin comes from Kashmir. It comes from that part of the world. You bought it in the country. You knew how to sell it, distribute it, and you knew also how to invest the money in corner shops and cash and carries. You won't teach us that part. We can be sophisticated drug dealers if that's what's up. But you don't want to give us the accounting part. the how to legitimize dirty money part. You can go to Westfields. You can go to Kings Road, to Knightsbridge, to Hampstead. All of these shops. You can't sustain no damn shop on the Kings Road selling candles. Who are you trying to fool? You're going to open up an ice cream shop on the most expensive street and think that we were born yesterday. These are fronts for drug money. You're not hearing me. But we're made to feel and look as if we are the face of illegal activity. And then you want to teach me Islam. You want to teach me religion, but you won't teach me how to legitimize myself and make money. No. I always wonder, why are these Turkish shops open 24 hours?
That's right.
Who needs milk at 3 a.m.? Who needs anything?
Exactly.
After a certain hour, I need some Rizla. You shouldn't get no Rizla at 1 o'clock in the morning. You don't deserve Rizla. You don't need tobacco. I need a smoke at 2 o'clock in the morning. And anybody who will provide you anything like that is complicit in your destruction. You following me? Because you had all day to go shopping. You want to walk down the street. Who's on the street at 2 o'clock in the morning? Only nocturnal creatures. If you fuck, they're the doctor fucks them. Anything you find, roam in the street at night, cross the street if you got caught out and you're just trying to get home. The creatures of the night. What happened to the day? So when you say you want to teach me religion, and you're not going to show me where I am in the book. I studied with those concerned for over 5-7 years. And you know one thing they never showed me in the Quran? I had to come and get the understanding from the Honorable Louis Farakhan. People will want to get you into the Quran, but they're not, as a black man, they're not taking you to where it says that Allah God fashioned and shaped a man of black mud into shape. He used mud and fashioned a man. And then it said when he breathed into him of his inspiration, he told the angels in heaven to bow down to this one that I have made from black mud. See, they're not mentioning the black mud part. And they're not saying to you, you got to find it for yourself. They're not saying to you and explaining to you that if Allah said to angels, bow down to this black man, bow down, make obeisance. You know what obeisance is?
Okay.
Make submission. It meant go on your hands and knees and prostrate in front of the black man who I have made. Wow. Hey, you are not getting that in no cookbowl on Friday. You are not getting it. And if you got it, it's not going to be in context. You got to come to Papa Farakhan for that.
Go ahead.
You got to come to Papa Farakhan for that. You give life to those scriptures. They're not going to tell you about the Great Bila, who was the companion of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who had a very senior role. He was known as the Muezzin, the caller of the faith. So when it's prayer time, you only heard one voice. Bilal, that black man from Africa. He would bellow the name Allahu Akbar. And they don't make it clear that when the Prophet was going throughout Mecca, preaching the words of the Quran, that Bilal was an actual servitude slave to an Arab. And when he heard the word one God, Ahad, it reminded him of the one God that he served prior to enslavement. He weren't converted, he was reminded. And he knew if a man's talking Ahad, one God in the country of pagans and polytheists, he has to be a divine prophet. So he was willing, he dropped tools from that day and refused to deny God is one. And they put rocks on his stomach to crush him to death. And it was one of the companions of the Prophet, Abu Bakr, who was a wealthy man, went and paid the slave owner money to release Bilal. And Bilal came amongst the Muslim community. And the senior role he was given was to call the prayers 5 times a day. And when they took Mecca from the polytheists, Bilal, that black Kaaba you see in Mecca, he climbed on the top of it and called the prayer in 4 directions, north, east, south, and west, which was prophetic, the Honorable Louis Farakhan has taught us. And a sign of at the end of the world as we know it, the end of the rule of Satan, a black man will stand heads and shoulders above every other person and call people back to the oneness and pure worship of God. So if you want to teach me Islam, you better start with my contribution.
That's right.
And my people's contribution.
That's right.
And if you ain't starting there, then please go and sit down somewhere. Because I don't need you to teach me yoga. Because that's all you can do for me. Is teach me some yoga moves. And teach me when I say God's name that I must see God as a spirit in the sky. No, man, I'm done with spirits in the sky. I need people with power around me. People with influence around me. You understand? The Pope ain't angry about having some power. He's known as the supreme authority. The supreme. You don't go and cuss him. When someone has supreme authority, he can say to the 1.4 billion Catholics to do something, and they will do it. He's the supreme authority. You can't go above his head. And his position is such that to get to Christ, who's another man, who's now been delegated universal power, you have to come through the Pope. He's the supreme, he's the door. Wow. To get to Christ. Now, supreme authority is believed to possess supreme authority over the church in matters of faith, morals, church discipline, and governance. Otherwise known as the vicar of Christ, which is also, or which signifies his role as Christ's visible representative on earth. Now, the Catholic Church is interested in Christ having a visible representative. So when we say and put our hat in the ring and say the Honorable Louis Farakhan to us is the visible representative of Allah God, then if you ain't rocking up to the Vatican, then don't try and rock up to us. Because these guys have been playing this game a long time. They were the ones who passed what's called papal bulls, where they authorized for Catholics to go into Africa and kill us and take our land. That came from the Vatican. Don't take my word for it. Go home and Google papal bulls. But he's still got 1.4 billion followers. You got time for me and what I believe? You better start in the right place. You start with the biggest problems first.
That's right. That's right.
You would have thought, right? Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Now look, let's go back into this Bible. The reason why I got to go into it is because we're in it.
That's right.
We're lost and found, right? Now you look at this scripture. I love this scripture. It's always been one of my favorites in the Bible as it goes. Where in the book of Isaiah 42:1, where it says, behold my servant. Like God is saying, look at him. Behold him, whom I uphold. So he's in the bosom of a powerful being. Not a powerful spirit, a powerful man. There's one man making another man. Just like Jesus said to Peter, on this rock, I build my church or my community. It couldn't have been church because Jesus didn't build no church.
Absolutely.
He didn't leave no building when he departed. So that word could not have been used. It must have been, I build my nation. I build my community. And the gates of hell shall not prevail against him. Like no matter what the wicked bring against him, they won't cause his feet or knees to buckle.
That's right.
And regardless, you've seen it with your own eyes. You've seen the interrogators of this Western world try to interview the minister and ask him the tough questions. And he beat them to death. To death. Like, how dare any of us say we lack inspiration today? Where Allah God has given us a champion in that man that defeats everything in a suit and tie. White man ain't got no one who can rank with him. A man who has the audacity to say he's calling for 1,000,000-man march. Just saying so. He weren't at home and say, boy, when I go out there today, I'm going to call for this and we're going to organize it and it didn't go like that. He don't prepare notes when he comes out and speaks. So as he's out in front of the rostrum, Allah God who guides him, mine elect, in whom my soul delights.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Receive direct communication when he's having an all men's meeting because he wants to address the failings of the black man to himself, his family, his community, and the world. He said, I'm going to call 1,000,000 men to march on Washington. He said, when the words came out of his mouth, if he could have called them back, he would have called them back. But as the words were from God, he went and chased those words. Imagine. He said, we're going to Washington. He didn't fill out an application form and get permission before he said what he said. He said, we're going. And then plan. And it weren't no 5-year project. Within 18 months, 2 years, we were there on the mall. 1.8 million black men. You have no idea. You know how much money we had to raise to make that happen? You know what kind of sound system you need to wire a mall so that 1.8 million men can hear what you're saying from a rostrum? How many jumbo screens we needed to have. So we went on a fundraising campaign and raised, by Allah's grace, the requisite amount of money to make it successful. Man like Prince gave money. Michael Jackson gave money. And it weren't in the millions. They sent a 50 grand here, a 50 grand there. But the bulk of the financing came from members of the Nation of Islam who went out and raised money. Now, how can a man be doing all this work, expending all this energy, and you think you could just go to some Middle Eastern sheikh and get resurrected? You're just interested in yourself. You're not interested in your people. Because if you're interested in your people, then you will spend more time trying to solve the problems in your own community than by trying to just blend into someone else's community who's got relative peace and harmony. That's what some of us are about. Let me go and sit down amongst the Chinese, you know. They're doing business, a little black man in amongst the Chinese. Amongst the Pakistanis, man, it ain't gonna give me no trouble. I can wear my Rolex amongst them.
We know it's true. We know it's true. You're right, Mr. 100.
You know, I wish I wasn't so right. Because when you go in these places, you realize at a certain point, like, it's not really hitting the spot.
No.
You know what I mean? And you got to get up off your rusty dusty and get busy. Because behold, my servant, who I uphold. You know what he says? Mine. He belongs to me. When the Savior came and raised the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, Elijah belonged to him. When the most honorable Elijah Muhammad raised by Allah's grace and helped to fashion the minister. Look how the minister refers to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad as my father.
That's right. He did.
And you read your Bible all the time where when Jesus was so-called on the cross, they say he calls for Elijah.
That's right.
And here's a man walking off the pages. A man who is so revered and so feared globally. And look who he calls. Why you say Elijah? Why not Allah? Yeah. The Christ becomes the God. Remember, when you listen into these kind of words being spoken, there's a war in your head. And the war is mystery God. It's trying to maintain leadership in your head. And there's a massive assault now coming from the reality of God teaching that you are going to have to be responsible for your life. You're going to have to take on board the rising and the purifying and the settling of differences in our community. You and I are going to have to do it. And we don't want that work. So therefore, mystery God can prevail. See, when you come to the Nation of Islam, no matter what you did of stupidity, when truth comes to you, you got to like hang up your gloves. Back in the day where you're walking, you just don't like black people just because who you looking at. You don't say that to Pakistanis. You don't say that if a Chinaman's walking down the street. You don't say to Wong Ping. Wong. Wong. Who are you looking at, Wong? You don't. You reinterpret his face. And you say, boy, he must be going through something. But we can't go through something with you. Because you're quick to show us that you can knock us over. Okay, cool. Of course, we do that when we were ignorant, right? But when this truth starts coming to you and you start realizing your history and how you are being used as a tool, as a fool, then you have to put a stop to it. It's like we're talking in where's Sister Sylvia? We're talking in study on Friday. And if what's the percentage of functionally literate black people in this country? 16. Now, 5.2 million of the whole. Now, and we only represent 5% of the population, if that, 2 to 3%. Now, there's about 68 million persons in England. And if you look at our community, if we're considered functionally illiterate, probably 50% of us. What does that mean, functionally illiterate? It means you don't even know what the best body wash chemicals are for your body. You just pick up any old thing and because it suds up, you think it's cleaning you. Yes, sir. But you ain't looking at the chemicals that's going into you because you're an amalgamation of chemicals. You're a biological, chemical structured being. That's right. Everything in you is a chemical. That's right. Or is no. You're an amalgamation of molecules and whatnot. And when you introduce chemicals into a finely balanced system, you take your being out of balance. You actually have a superpower army within yourself that keeps you and I alive. They call them white T cells, right? Yes, they go throughout the body looking for foreign objects or foreign matter, foreign molecules, foreign to kill it. And when those T cells are weak, then things start happening in your body. Colonies start forming in you who are adverse to your structure and starts to create a structure within the structure. Tumors and this and that. These are like your genes now no longer following the pattern of your DNA. That's right. Your genes now have been ill-affected and now creating within the structure something different. That's right. Alcohol has that effect on you. Right. Smoking has that effect on you. So-called keeping using these deodorants that you just spray filled with aluminum. Right. And you're wondering, why do women get so much breast cancer? Because we're introducing into open pores aluminum, metal, 2 to 3 times a day. Aluminum. And so therefore, when you go to a more, educated pharmacy, they have a whole section for deodorant, non-aluminum. So why would they need to have a section for non-aluminum if the aluminum was okay? Why would it even exist? Why would alternative sweeteners exist if white sugar was good for you? When you go into a supermarket, you're actually going into a chemical dump site. It's true. Because there's generally only a few things in there that you can purchase. Have you ever been to Chelsea, Knightsbridge, Hampstead, and parts of Surrey and Cobham and these kind of places? If you've been to these places, have you ever found a Lidl's? Seriously. Like, have you ever been to the food hall in Selfridges and found a little Lidl section? You know, these people set up these chemical dump sites to hasten our death. Have you ever been on the major high streets, you know, where Harrods is and where Peter Jones is, and found a funeral parlor? You go to your street, there's funeral homes all in our community. You go to a progressive environment, they don't have these guys, don't have a shop front. Because everybody's focused on life and the extension thereof. They are predicting in our community, you're coming here soon. And we don't want you to have to travel too far. We're right here when, you know, Delroy stabs Johnny. He's going to stab him soon. Do you know these police, when they hear arguments among us, they actually come and visit our brothers that your life is being threatened. Your life is in danger. Because we've picked up on some chatter. Someone's told us, one of our informants, that X group is trying to kill you. You know, those are real conversations that happen. They don't go into the city and say, well, such and such is trying to take over your company. That's the only problem they've got. Who's trying to buy my company for 2 billion? 500 million? Then I had the problems we have. I remember the minister teaching us about this sugar industry. I know some of what I'm saying is a bit too hard for some of us. I apologize.
Right on time, brother. Right on time.
And I remember when we were young, we just loved sugar. Remember Milo? Do you remember? And we would go to the high street shop and buy hard-o bread. Cut up the hard-o bread, butter it, and dunk it in. White hard dough bread. White sugar. Brown chemicalized Milo filled with white sugar and colored. And we would just gobble that down. And teeth start hurting us. We go to the dentist. Here's a man with a damn Kango in our mouth. And then filling it with mercury. All of us, we had all these silver fillings from front to back. And then the good tooth at the back, they would always put these gold crowns sometimes. And then even a good tooth, we will file it down and stick a gold crown on it. Yes? Talk to me. And who is this benefiting? They talk about the NHS. How's the NHS been to us? Because remember, when we went to the dentist, it was free. It was free for them to populate our mouth with mercury. And then our families now have people suffering from Alzheimer's, memory loss. And then we can find out scientifically that all of these metals in our bodies is what's ill affecting our short-term memory. We just live in the valley of the shadow of death. And do you think mystery God can help us?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
We need real, live, living God who will bring about a condition that will cause us to have some love for each other.
That's right.
And I understand why some of you can't take the Nation of Islam. It's too much on your ego. Because you can't say you love black people and go and sit down amongst people who are not your immediate family. I remember, just as I was saying earlier, I grew up in Brixton. And I remember everybody from where you live, you got these little, you know, from Brixton, no one from Stockwell can't tell you nothing. That's been going on a long time. And I remember there was a brother who we never spoke. We would always screw. Who are you looking at? We're looking at you. And it went on for years. And then I remember coming in, and you see a man, you see him on the bus, and you're looking like until the bus is out of sight. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And I remember listening to the minister. And I'm at a meeting like this. And I hear the minister, the Honorable Louis Farakhan, speak. And he said, look, all of the wrong you have done, now enlightenment has come to you. You got to go back over your steps and make peace with those who you have contention with. So it wasn't about yoga moves. That's easy. I had mastered the yoga moves and could run it down. You understand? You could be in your house, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, and you start bones. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. And you start going. And then you start back. قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس. You didn't know. You think, say, you ain't got a one. Can nobody else in your community know if you do this? You know if you do this. Everybody else out there, Jesus, and you got it now. Yes. You're special. Yes. You not share this so much because you have it. Yes. And when a man say, okay, you have it, go and go share it. You're like, boy, Allah, they're not listening. They don't listen, you know. Black people don't listen, you know. That's what you're saying to the guy. Black people don't listen. And you say, well, if them don't listen, go back and talk to them again. And didn't listen second time, go back and talk to them again. And that's the minister's guidance. Go back and talk to them again. Go back and talk to them again. Get in your pocket, set up a meeting, share with them what you, like when you're in the Orthodox mosque, you don't have to set up no masjid. You just go to the masjid down the road and listen and sit down and make your prayer and you're gone. Our mosque ain't like that.
No, sir.
There's no smoking in the masjid.
No, sir.
But as soon as you leave, you can have your smoke. In the Nation of Islam, we don't smoke after we leave here.
No, sir.
Do you understand? When you're in the masjid, you can go and get your alcohol after you finish in the masjid. We don't believe in the alcoholization. Not because we think we're better than anybody, but why are we going to drink something as strong as that? That's going to thin in our blood. That's going to put our liver under pressure. That it has to work overtime just to purify the poison, just to keep you alive. And if we weaken our liver, then someone's going to have to find 10 grand to bury us.
Good teaching, brother.
And most of the time, you don't leave no money. And if you left some money, you hid it somewhere. And no one don't even know where the money is.
That's right.
You know how many people went out a road and got shot up and whatnot, and the money was buried. No one even know where to find it.
That's right.
You say you got your crypto. Who else knows about your crypto and knows your passwords? You ain't even got one person on the earth who you trust. That's not living. That's being dead. They ain't living. So in the Nation of Islam, we build brotherhood and sisterhood.
That's right.
And I remember when I heard, I'm going to close on this. When I remember when the minister said to us, but he was talking to me, that you have to go back over the ground, reconcile your problems. That means woman,
Yes, sir.
and your own brothers. And the words couldn't come out of his mouth fast enough. I'm walking through Brixton the following day, the CM Breda. He's walking this way, I'm going that way. The minister's recording is in my head. Go back over the things you did. And you can't say you love black people and you're keeping up malice. It's right there in my head. I said, oh, Allah. So I went, he's walking past and the same we started. So I said to him, how are you, bro? He said, I'm all right. How are you? Conversation start. We stood outside where the body shop used to be, opposite the train station, for nearly 3 hours talking. But was screwing each other for over 5 years. And had we just considered what we had in common, as opposed to at variance, we could have taken Brixton.
That's right.
And if we're able to settle our differences, you know what we can do?
That's right.
Do you know what we can do? So I say all of that to say, when we look towards prayer in Mark, that God wants us to wean off begging a spirit in the sky for what we need and what's right here on planet Earth.
Yes, sir.
Everything we desire is not off the earth, it's on the earth.
That's right.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Like not most things, everything. And he knows our prayers can be answered through better relationships with each other. The greater your relationships and the more pure of heart you are, you can get everything you want. Can you prove it? Yes, I can.
It's enough.
Mark 11:24 reads, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have it and it will be yours. That's to be understood. That's to be understood. Believe that you have it. That means you got to take on a certain attitude. And when you take on a certain attitude, you start to draw to you that which is reflective of the attitude. Now, he goes further in John because he's weaning us off the mystery God. And he says in John 16:23-24, in that day, you will no longer ask me anything.
Yeah. He said,
Now, here's the man raised up to teach the people. He's saying in that day, you will no longer ask me anything. Truly, truly, I tell you, wherever you ask the Father in my name, wow, he will give you. And he goes on to say, to qualify this, until now, you have not asked for anything in my name. Ask and you will receive, so that your joy may be complete. Now, who are we asking God for? In whose name? Can't ask the white man's God. You can't ask the Indian's God. You can't do it in his name. You got to do it in the name of the one that he sent for you. So this is why in Islam, whenever you make in your prayer, you always have to mention the name Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. You can't just say Allah, 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 Allah. You have to say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. You bear witness there's no God but Allah, but reference the man who taught you. And Muhammad is his messenger. So if the Honorable Louis Farakhan has raised us up, you trying to tell me you think you can pray to the God who has power over all things and not mention or reference the man who he raised? Try it and see what happens. Don't mention his name and see what happens. You don't have to see because nothing ain't happening.
Nothing to see.
Oh, you don't worship Farakhan. No more than the Arabs worship Muhammad ibn Abdullah. No more than the Catholics worship the Pope in Rome.
That's right.
No more than that.
That's right.
We recognize who he is in proximity to the big man. We know we can't get to the big man unless we respect his emissary. So Allah says in the Quran, when we change a message for a message. What do you mean? When we abrogate a message we've already given you for a better message, know that Allah is the knower of all things. Okay, how does that work? And you know, during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, everybody all right? Allah revealed some scriptures through him, some surahs, and then erased those and gave him a higher scripture. And the naysayers was saying, boy, make up your mind. Like 1 minute is this, next minute is that. What? And so Allah says, made it clear and revealed a surah that I am the one who's updating what I revealed through him. So I abrogate messages and bring better message, higher messages after such messages run its course. So when it comes to knowledge and information, yes, knowledge and information is like a battery, yes, and a light, a torch. You keep the light burning, the battery's gonna run down. That's right. And that light is gonna dim. There's information that we were given in our baby stage just to get us up to crawling. And when you're up to crawling and you start feeding yourself, you got to put down Farley's rusk. You understand? As sweet as mummy's milk is in that mammary gland, at a certain point, you can't keep on unbuttoning her top and popping out her. You understand? I've seen babies standing up sucking breasts. Like them a turn up on them foot. They're not being cradled, they're standing. And again, you see children walking through shopping malls, long leg them, I touch the floor, and mommy's still pushing them. They're like men, like a little man. I was somewhere and I said to the woman, I said, will you push me around like that? He got more vitality than me. I mean, you are, and we are the ones who encourage the maintenance of that which God wants to recycle. Exactly. He's saying, be done with the baby language. Be done with the baby food. Right. And here we are, all these years having wisdom, still regurgitating the same old baby understanding of what we've been taught. That's right. You got to put away your baby food, man. You can't come amongst adults with Farley's rusk in your hand and SMA powder milk. It don't work. It don't work. You can't be a grown woman still with a dolly in your bag. It don't work. You can't even be a baller, brother, and walk around with a football. You might do that professionally, but we don't expect to see one in the back of your car. At a certain point, you got to put that away. And we've got to put away the dependency on this world now that we have been developed. When the baby's in the womb, there's a connection to mommy. There's that umbilical cord. It's right there. Mommy eats, the food is filtered, it comes to baby. But on birth, how many mothers do you see walking around with a child with still the umbilical cord? No, sir. The umbilical cord has to be cut. Yes, sir. You got to be severed. Don't cut it. That if we could speak, that's what we would be saying. Don't cut it. Because once it's severed, now we got to find a new way of feeding. No longer through the belly button. Now we got to start sucking. That's right. And it's something we're down. Baby, mommy's trying to.
Yes, sir.
And out of faith and desperation, you keep sucking. And when the milk starts flowing, you suck until you sleep.
Yes.
You suck until you sleep. You suck like the milk is going to run out.
That's right.
So you're trying to get as much as possible. But it's an endless supply.
That's right.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
But there's a time you got to get off the breast
There's
too.
a time.
And baby, they're in between the two. You understand?
Yes.
And then you might take them off the breast, then the thumb goes in the mouth.
That's right.
That's why your lips are the way they are. Did your mom used to say that to you? I know mine's, look how emote long. You never got that? Oh, I sucked my thumb till I was about 12. There wasn't nothing better than that thumb. I tell you that for nothing. What? You got parents who got 7 children? They ain't hugs for everybody. You following me? You just can't hug all 7 of them at the same time. And there's always a couple of favorites. You do know that, right? And in most Caribbean homes, the reddest one is the favorite. The darkest one, oh God, man. You will get some nothing with black good. So all of that to say, family, we got to wean off dependency on these people. And we've got to learn to do for self. That's where the power is. But we can't do for self unless we learn to be honest with each other. You can't destroy the brotherhood and you can't destroy the sisterhood. You understand? You got to preserve the brotherhood and preserve the sisterhood by being honest and loving. And what is being loving? Speak straight words. You don't have to go behind no one's back. You know that one there? And you know how we are. We're the descendants of God. I'm going to close. We're the descendants of God. So when what we put our mind to, we get it done. But when we put our mind to backbiting, when we put our mind to envy and jealousy, we do it the best.
It's true. It's true.
Like there ain't no one who can drop a negative seed like us and cover it so well. Me never tell you that. When we say that to you, when anybody who ever telling you don't share this with nobody, you know, you gotta know. Okay, that means if I share it, you're gonna deny you said it. You understand? You're already telling me that I'm going to jail. And you're going to turn it in such a way to make people think that it's me who said it.
That's right.
As opposed to that I got it from you. We got to turn all of that negativity because we know how to war with each other. But do we know how to build an army with each other? Because if we've been warring for years and no one can't win, what could we do together?
Unify.
You know, so when you look at coming up out of ignorance and building relationships, brother to brother, sister to sister, male to female, when you're a certain age, it's not about lovey-dovey stuff. They're cute. No. When you get to a certain point in your life, it's no longer about cute. It's no longer about look how I body round. No. You know, 8 people tell the truth, innit? Don't embarrass for me, you know. Like, you know, I'm going like on a shame for me. Don't shame for me.
No, sir.
Shame for yourself. Don't worry about me. Come, me now look nobody if him shouldn't have said that. Yes, him fi say that. Yeah, joke yourself.
Yes, sir.
You know, back in the days, brother, you didn't need to have no sense in your head. If you got a nice whip, you're good, man.
Yes, sir.
No sense. Baby mother, trailer load. And the girl know it too.
Yes, sir.
But still I fight for getting out of the front seat there. And face you. You see when you drive off from the dance, she show off so till she want everybody knows how my turn and looking at your face. Back to our friend them. Anybody look at your car, them can say your back. You know I'm telling it, right? You reach a certain point, it's no longer about that. It's about, we got to, that, all of that stuff is emotional stuff. We need now to be a bit more lovingly corporate with what we're doing. We're corporate about buying a house. We're corporate about buying a car. We're corporate about strategically choosing a school for our children. We're corporate about looking at ingredients on food. We're corporate about our health and rigorous about our timetables. So how can we just be just ad hoc when it comes to choosing a partner for our life? Everything else you're very meticulous about.
That's right.
But you look good. She looked good. No. Every woman can look good if she takes care of herself. So you need more than that. You got to know what your weaknesses are and whether she's bringing strength to those weaknesses. If you're cantankerous and you know it, you don't need a cantankerous woman on top of that. She needs to be one of those quick to forgive kind of woman. Bubbly, very happy, kind you're cantankerous, fierce always, long, motor always, push out. That's you.
Yes, sir.
So if you have a woman like that now, like both of you are just angry all the time. And you're going to get involved in domestic violence because you don't know how to mitigate, you understand, each other's fire, or fire needs water or dust.
That's right.
You with me? So you have to know at a certain point, and it might make you feel bad, but you should never, brothers, please don't take this personal. Take it as inspiration.
Yes, sir.
Even if the man pulls up with a nice car, ask him, do you own that or is it on finance?
There you go.
Because the car might be on finance for his last baby mother.
That's a possibility. It's true. Listen.
I tell you what your problem is though. You don't even want to know the truth. You don't even want to know. I don't.
That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, I don't want to know.
You don't even want to know. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear no more. That's you. Because, and brothers, you know, if we don't have income, money coming in to look after our woman, you can't feel like a man. Come on. Come on. Come on. See, when you're the man, when you go into your house, the family house, you know you helped to design it. If she's an architect, then she can give the advice. We need to take down this wall, put some bigger windows in here, this is going to add X amount of value to the house, this area's got schools, a close encatchment area. Whenever we want to sell, we'll be able to sell the house because it's in a good catchment area for top schools in life. So if she's got that brain on her, then you take all of that and you just bring the paper. Because remember, economics was born out of women knowing what to do with the paper. The word economics comes from there. Man work, bring money, sitya. Sitya.
Yes, sir.
And you notice the bills stop getting paid when you stop saying sitya. Because you and I are too busy.
Yeah.
We forget about the parking ticket. She'll pay it before the 14 days.
That's right.
Your vibe is 240, it's gone to court, what can we do? But she will pay it in the first 14 days. Resentfully. But we'll get it done. Because that's her nails just gone to the council. And nails have gone to the council. Because remember how we got in this mess. White pirates rocked up to Africa and they kidnapped us and put a price on our head. Like they sold us. And they got the audacity to say, you guys are selling drugs. It's better than selling other people. Like your history is you put a man on a block naked and looking all up in his backside, opening his mouth, stripping down our sisters, oiling them up and putting them on a box and bidding. That's how you got rich. That's how you got rich. And you got the audacity to say, because I bought some brown from you. I bought some white from you, that I'm the worst thing to ever live. I don't know about that.
Come on.
I don't know about that. This is why we have to become entrepreneurial. And I'll close at this point. He was fierce about his money.
Yes.
They didn't fight each other and rob each other like that. They went to a people they had no regard for.
That's right.
And one of the things you have to consider about what happened to us is, why were we so ill prepared in Africa? It's like somebody coming to your house and, trying to rush your door and whatnot. Every man's got tools in his house.
That's right.
Haven't you, brother? I don't mean a gun.
No, sir.
I mean, but you got some sticks, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
You've got some things there just in case there's a problem, right? Kind of say it like that.
You can say that.
And if I get raided next week, you know why? But you have to you put an alarm on your house, right? As a layer of security. You put some cameras up as another layer of security. And you get your German Shepherd as another layer of security. So you've got camera, you've got alarm, and you've got a dog, and you've got some other things. So that's 4 layers. And anybody who can get past them 4, that's when it gets physical. It don't get physical first. You got to come past 4 levels of security. Am I making sense?
You're making sense.
So if that's the case, where was our levels of security in Africa? Because for it not to happen again, we have to look at, how did he get in my house?
That's right.
You following me? And if it's through that door, that's the door we're shoring up. And we're going to look at everything else, but we start there. And because we did not even know white people was on the planet, because in Africa, we had a bad relationship with our brothers in Mecca. Do you understand? We had a bad relationship with our brothers in the Middle East, because that's where Caucasian people came from, and then they ended up in Europe, and they bypassed us in Africa. So when they rocked up at our door, we didn't know how to define them. And if they say they're God's children, and this is the Holy Scripture, we took it and believed it. And today, they're still there with the same image and the same story. The story still has legs. You with me? So we'll pick it up next week about the male and the female side. But let us, someone are glad for me, stop in it. Yes, sir. You got to go strategic. What are you bringing to the table? Not after hollering and screaming, Lord God, that's my man. It's too late now to go strategic. Not totally too late. Don't get me wrong. You can fix these things. That's a box that's ticked. You're chemically, biologically, you like how you glue together, right? Yeah, them going quite. Them are going like them ask anybody if you consent. You know, biologically, like we can win medals with that, right? Anybody else? Brother, them just. We can win medals in these areas, but the areas that we want to win some medals in is being a good maintainer. Like, it is such a boyish act. If you take a woman out and you split in a check, don't take her out. Go to Pret a Manger and buy a sandwich and walk in the park and sit on a bench. Your manhood is intact. Just buy her an ice cream. It's a tenner for two. But don't go to a restaurant and then she brings out a card and then you say, boy, let me keep my money in my pocket. No, castration. Are you hearing me? Castration. But your organ can grow back.
Yes, sir.
And how it grows back is by you taking responsibility. When you start taking responsibility, then your organs start growing back. You're a man again. You with me? Yes, and don't ever think, boy, let no woman use me. It's all right. She ain't using you. You just treating one of the queens. She's not using you. We don't have money. So if we spend the little that we've got, like, that's a good deed. Like, I want to keep this little couple of grand. No, buy a nice dinner. Or leave her, and when she wants to be with you, just tell her, sister, I'll be ready in about 2 years. I'm just saving up now because I want to be a man. She'll respect that. Isn't that right? She'll respect that. But it's pointless, being an emperor with no clothes. And sister, come on, you got to help the brother. You can't take us on board knowing we ain't got nowhere to live. We're coming from parents' house or bedsit to yours. Okay, just come. And he came, right? Sometimes I look back and say, boy, why couldn't I meet these kind of women who just would give me a yard to live in and cook me food and wash my clothes and iron them? Where are you? I'm like, wow. How much money we would have, brother? So I'm kind of reserved. I'm like, I've been paying for 30 years. Plus school bills. When the children were at school, I remember having a school bill for my 3 children of $50,000 a year just to send them to school. My son's blazer cost £500 from Harrods. That was the only place that sold the blazer for his school. And I could have been with a sister who would have paid for everything. Brother. It wouldn't suit me, but I got to think about it sometime. I tell you no lie. My heart has no hypocrisy in it. I try it on and say, that is something. The woman taking the children barbershop, I don't have to take them. I'm like, I see sisters in the barbershop with their sons. I'm like, where is the brother? Oh, such and such, I'm looking for him in that area. So he can't even take the children to the barber shop. And that's your man. So look, brothers, our women deserve better than us being on the run. You following me? Anyway, I've gone past my time. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless us. May Allah bless us. But let's be a bit more strategic. Because when you find a good brother, you just let him know, baby, you and I can take over. Bam! This. You and I are going to own 10 houses in the next 15 years. In the next 5 years, we're going to own 4 houses. And we're going to build a residual income that we can go anywhere in the world and live, because we'll have an income coming in here. Your credit's good, my credit is good, or if your credit ain't good, I'm going to show you how to get your credit, because this is our plan. We not retire, but we're not going to labor this way. We're going to go to the Caribbean. We're going to go to Asia. You choose. If you got 100 grand and you decide to go to Bali, you can live in Bali. You didn't hear what I said. Even like $1,000 a month. You know how you can live there. Russell Simmons ain't regretting that he left LA. You see him in Bali, how he's stretching out. Yoga every day, meditation every day, fresh fruit every day. You can't miss LA. No wonder he got married recently. Because there's a whole different culture going on there. So family, thank you for your patience. And I pray Allah have said something that inspired you. May Allah bless you. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. So I hope I didn't offend any of you. I hope, I was just trying to share a few things. So with that said, family, we got some food in the back. Please help yourself to some food at the back before you leave. And let's try and settle some differences this week. Yeah? Are you with me? Yes. Let's try and settle some difference. I remember listening to Madonna once, and when she was married to Guy Ritchie, they were on a TV program. You're like, what are you doing talking about magic? I thought it was interesting, the strategy they used in resolving their differences. She said that they signed a contract that if ever they upset each other, within 3 hours, one of them has to take the initiative and apologize. Because they were two strong characters. And you know what we're like. You get on our nerves, our next year. So there's nothing wrong with knowing where your weaknesses are in your relationship and having a dinner over it and discussing it and putting a plan in place to mitigate the consequence of such, or to lessen the influence of such on your union. All right? Because I wanted to go into, but time is against us, I wanted to go into this functionally the illiterate thing. If there's so many black boys and girls, babies, who can't read and write, that means too few of us are actually being parents. Because one of the solutions was, we should start a Saturday school. I'm so against that. What we need to do is go and round up the parents and encourage them to be parents. You should teach your son how to read. You should teach your daughter how to read. Because if you look now that they're on summer holidays, look at the way how the little young girls are dressing on the streets nowadays. I have not seen many like this in our community for a long time. And when you dress up a 13, 14-year-old in these kind of styles, hair done, eyelashes done, nails done, like it's too much for a 13, 14-year-old. Because there's going to be too much teenage pregnancy during this summer. When we were younger, there was no way you could go on a device and actually see intercourse taking place. That didn't exist in my day. That didn't exist in my day. Now your young people can see how this thing goes. And you know they're fast learners. Very fast learners. You and I having children today, if we've got them, you should spend every minute of every hour of every day trying to gather them together to positively influence them. Because the negative influence is non-stop. It's non-stop. You have to resolve the baby mother issues. Like, it's just important. And if you ended up having a child for a sister who is just supremely ignorant, find somebody who can get to her. Do you understand? Because that's your baby. That's you in the future. When you're dead and gone, you live through your babies. And if you ain't got no influence over them, you are truly dead when you go. Your children are your bloodline. That's why your relationships must be strategic. You know what you're bringing to the table. You know what she or he's bringing to the table. And you amalgamate power and influence with power and influence. You don't amalgamate power with weakness. If you're making progress, you do not pick up a man who ain't got no ambition, who ain't going nowhere. You hold yourself until Mr. Power is in the room. Or you go to where the powerful are. I was saying to a brother, our job, the enemy came into our community and he has scooped all of the influential black women. He scooped them. Your daughter knows economics. She goes and works for JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs. She's not coming back home. He scooped her. She's working for Citibank. He scooped her. She's a lawyer working for Linklater. He scooped her. You see her on the train. And when she comes off the train, she ain't even looking in our direction. And she lives in Brixton now with him. In our face. Can't hear you, sir. Do you know how difficult the task is? It's easy to take a sister from your brother. That's not hard. Last time I checked. Everybody all right? But when it comes to taking your sister back from the European, now you got your work out. Because remember, he's going in the restaurant. He's paying the bill. He's helping her with her chair. He's helping her to get in and out the car. He's pushing these babies to school with one strapped to the front and strapped to the back. He's organizing for the extension to be built on the house, for the loft to be converted. He's involved in all of that. He's literate. He can fill out application forms. He knows how to navigate the airport. He knows how to book flights. He knows how to book hotels. And here we are. Do everything, man. Won't work. So to take someone back who's gone to the other side, that takes a man and a half. And God came to retrieve us. So we must retrieve our people because we ain't going nowhere until we go and get our professional people back. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sorry I fooled your plate today. Yeah, sorry about that. But let's end in prayer. In the nation of Islam, we bow our heads and cup our hands as if we're going to receive a gift. Those of you visiting with us, pursue a position of prayer you feel comfortable with. But our position of prayer is this. Attention prayer. Say, I seek refuge in Allah against Satan the accursed, in the most holy name of Allah, who is indeed the beneficent, the most merciful. All holy praises are due to thee, O Allah, the Lord of all the worlds, the beneficent, the most merciful, the sole master of this day of judgment and resurrection in which we now live. It is to thee alone, Allah, that we serve, and to thee alone do we beseech for thine aid. O Allah, guide us on the straight path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the path of those upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor of those who go astray, especially after hearing and believing in thy teachings, as given to us by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and exemplified to us today by and through the Honorable Minister Louis Farakhan. Ameen. Amen. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum. Please enjoy each other, give each other the greetings, get to know someone you didn't know before you came.